This is what comes of having volunteer pumpkins next to the road. When they came to butcher the animals yesterday, they don't, you know, they look like they're in there with a bunch of weeds. But okay, so the reason I wanted to do this video was to show you the comparison between the ones that self-seeded by the side of the road that I just put wood mulch on. I didn't have any fertilizer for them. And the ones that were planted by the pigs in the pig patch last fall. So these are the pig patch ones. And they came up volunteer for the most part. There were a couple that I put in because I wanted a specific type of squash. Now on this side, they got frosted. It came down very close to freezing last week, and you can see where they got nipped. And also these ones don't get watered. Those ones don't get watered. The only ones that get watered are these ones here. And that's because we have a sprinkler that goes in here in order to water the onions and the beets and the carrots. And that was another experiment plot. I just wanted to see how they would do in the ground if I had rabbit manure on them. So anyway, these are regular pumpkins. Again, it froze. If they had been planted more densely, if they had been thicker in here, they would have given themselves more shelter from the frost. You can see just the ones on the south side didn't do as well as the ones on the north that are just shrubbier. You can see my beautiful pumpkin. And so that is planted in some pretty dense manure with a lot of carbon on top. I put about a foot of carbon on top of those, and on top of the pig pen. And so, can you tell that I have a swale here? Not really. It kind of looks flat, doesn't it? I've pulled out all the garlic, and there's lots of daikon radishes in there, and phacelia still, and mint and strawberries. And the water goes to about there from this side and about there on that side. So this spot here doesn't get water. We'll see what survives. Not a purposeful experiment, but an experiment nonetheless. Here's the beets. They actually look pretty good. Again, I put rabbit manure on top of the soil that I rototilled just as an experiment. And I have beans in here, but the beans haven't been terribly happy, so I just let them grow over. More squash. There's carrots. The pony got in here and walked through the row, so the carrots are a little bit spotty. And I water out here about twice a week. There's peas over here. If I had mulched, it would have been not quite so much of a weedy mess, but again, I got tired of planting. The reason I have all these test gardens is this. When I first moved here, I planted a full garden, double dug the beds, put in the good compost and everything, and then the voles came in and killed it. Or I didn't realize how much water needed to get to it, and so I wasn't watering enough, but didn't realize until too late, or I didn't have enough fertilizer on it. Didn't realize how nutrient deficient it was. And so since that first garden, I have planted other big gardens, only to find that something else big and horrible came up and killed it. And so in different parts of my property, I'm doing test gardens to try and figure out where things grow best and what additives they need. So there's a little morning walkabout. And again, Everything is automatically watered now. And the only plants that get watered off the well is that front pasture. And it's just one sprinkler and it never moves. And here's the baby bunnies.